one person that ever wore a dress in Hollywood unsuccessfully.
What are you wearing? Who you wearing?
Hey, Shaboozey. Nice to be out here turning this.
Boozy's Met Gala look is still blowing up online, and it's got people saying Katt Williams wasn't lying when he warned about those so-called humiliation rituals in Hollywood. Way back, Katt was already sounding the alarm about what he called the dress ritual, where black male celebs were supposedly being pushed to wear dresses on purpose as a way to strip away their masculinity in front of the world. But now, Katt says it's way deeper than just a dress. In a recent interview, he said folks are too busy judging outfits and missing the bigger message, the ritual itself. And then things took a wild turn. Katt didn't hold back. He straight up linked all this to rumors of secret BFAT worship. Yup, that's what he said, and elite-level occult vibes running through Hollywood. It was giving serious underground society energy. Some people think he's gone off the rails, calling him a full-blown conspiracy head. But others, they're like, Katt's been speaking facts this whole time. And when they saw Boozy's bold Met Gala fit, they took it as yet another receipt that Katt might just be telling the truth. So what's really going on here? Did Boozy just take part in something deeper, right on fashion's biggest night? Or is the internet, once again, connecting dots that were never there in the first place? Time to break it all down.
You don't care how people feel about the ritual. It's about, does following the ritual work?
Humiliation ritual has turned into the internet's go-to phrase anytime a celeb pulls up in something outrageous or does something straight up bizarre. From Caitlyn Jenner's dramatic Vanity Fair cover to Sam Smith showing up in that wild inflatable latex balloon suit, folks are calling everything a ritual these days. Even Will Smith slapping Chris Rock at the Oscars got thrown into the mix. And don't forget Kanye's wife Bianca showing up to the Grammys basically naked, or John Cena hitting the Oscar stage with just an envelope covering his goods. Seriously, what was that about? Doja Cat's fake black eye at the Balenciaga show? Yup, added to the list too. It's like the weirder it gets, the more people start whispering ritual. This whole theory has exploded online, and it's split the internet down the middle. Some say it's just people being dramatic and reaching for meaning where there is none. But others, they believe Hollywood runs on a secret script, packed with symbols, sacrifices, and soul trades behind the scenes.
He don't know. He ain't got a clue what he wearing. I promise you, he don't. Somebody told that man to put that on, and he did. I mean, out here looking like somebody auntie. This dude's supposed to be a country artist.
So when Boozy hit the Met Gala carpet last Monday in a bold turquoise cropped suit jacket, matching pants, and a thick bead chain draped across his chest, it wasn't just about fashion anymore. People immediately said it looked like some kind of initiation ceremony. And get this, some even said turquoise represents spiritual transformation. As soon as folks started throwing around the humiliation ritual talk again, guess who shot straight to the top of the trending list? Katt Williams. Fans didn't waste a second pulling up his old interviews and comedy sets where he dragged Hollywood for all its shady moves, especially that so-called dress ritual. Now, yeah, Shaboozey wasn't literally wearing a dress at the Met Gala, but that didn't stop the internet from making the connection. People were like, Katt already told us, it ain't even about the dress anymore. The fit doesn't matter. It's the symbolism behind it that counts. Back when Katt first started exposing what he claimed were planned humiliation stunts used to control celebs, most people clowned him. They said he was losing it, being bitter, or just mad at the system. But now, a whole new wave of truthers online are calling him a straight-up prophet. They're replaying clips of him saying that in Hollywood, talent alone doesn't get you places. Obedience does. One clip even has him saying, nothing goes viral unless they want it to. There's been this long-running talk about how Hollywood seems to love putting black men in dresses or overly feminine outfits, and not just for laughs, but as a power move. A lot of people believe it's a way to strip away their masculinity, mock their influence, and remind them who's really calling the shots, especially when they're just starting to blow up in the industry. And this ain't even a new conversation. Dave Chappelle was calling this out all the way back in 2006. During that legendary sit-down with Oprah Winfrey, he dropped a bombshell, revealing that while working on a movie with Martin Lawrence, the team tried to pressure him into wearing a dress. And according to Dave, this wasn't some random costume decision. They were testing him, seeing if he'd fold and go with the program.
When I see that they put every black man in the movies in a dress, at some point in their career, I'll be connecting them down like, why all these brothers gotta wear a dress? That's happened to me. I'm doing a movie with Martin.
Yeah.
The movie's going good. So I walk in the trailer. I'm like, man, this must be the wrong trailer because there's a dress in here.
Dave said the more he looked around, the more he noticed a disturbing pattern. Black men being dressed up and showcased in ways that didn't match their public image. And when it kept happening to different celebs, it stopped looking like comedy and started looking like humiliation hidden behind a punchline. The wildest part, as soon as Dave said he wasn't with it, he straight up told them it didn't even make sense for the scene. The director didn't back off.
What? You don't feel comfortable with it? I mean, it's a hilarious bit. All the greats have done it. So, well, if all the greats have done it, it's kind of hacky, right? You're right. So why don't we just not do it? Because I don't feel comfortable wearing a dress. Oh, come on, Dave, listen, we got it all set up. We're supposed to shoot. Every minute you waste costs this much money.
Instead, the entire crew pulled up like they were trying to gang up on him, pressuring him to cave in. Eventually, they backed off, but only after they realized Dave Chappelle wasn't gonna fold no matter what. And here's the part that really raised eyebrows. Dave told Oprah that they already had an alternate version of the script ready without the dress scene. So it wasn't even necessary from the jump. That's what made it feel more like a setup. Like they just wanted to see if he'd play along and fall in line.
But the minute it was clear, I was adamant. I'm not wearing a dress. I'm not wearing the dress. All right, fine. Think of something else. Guy comes back 10 minutes later. The whole new scene. Damn, how did you write the scene so fast?
Now here's where it gets even messier. Years later, Kevin Hart was asked about Dave's claims. And while he didn't go too deep into it, he basically brushed it off. But Kevin did say he'd never do anything that could mess with his image or brand.
I definitely haven't ran into to put on the dress. I mean, you know, you have to have boundaries. You have to have limits that you refuse to cross. You got to know that you're a brand. Yeah. I'm a brand. You need to protect your brand at all times.
At least that's what he claimed. But fast forward just a few years, and boom, Kevin pops up on Saturday Night Live in full costume, playing a female pope in a sketch. Yeah, a female pope. And whether that was just comedy or something more, folks definitely noticed what happened next. Right after that skit, Kevin's career exploded. Suddenly, he was in every blockbuster, scoring major endorsements and headlining sold-out stadium tours back-to-back. And here's the kicker. While Kevin was rocking that dress on SNL, Katt Williams was out promoting Scary Movie 5. So of course someone had to bring it up. What does Katt Williams really think about all the dress drama in Hollywood? And Katt didn't hold back. He said flat out, this whole men in dresses thing ain't new. It's been happening for decades. According to him, it's not about fashion or comedy. It's about who's willing to play the game and earn their spot in what he calls the secret club of gatekeepers. Now, over the years, Katt's taken a lot of heat for these claims. Critics say he's just spitting conspiracy theories and finding hidden messages where there aren't any. Some folks have even accused him of being homophobic, especially since he talks about men in dresses, like it's an automatic knock to their manhood. But Katt, he never backed down. In fact, in his recent sit-down with Joe Rogan, he doubled down on everything he's been saying for years. He made it clear. People keep focusing on the dress because it's the easiest thing to talk about, but in his words, that's just a distraction. Katt told Joe that the dress itself is just a piece of the puzzle. The real issue is the symbolism behind it. He said it's one of the many tools used by the elite to test who's loyal, who's willing to obey, and who's down to submit without asking questions. And once Katt laid it all out like that, people started connecting even more dots. Fans began digging up old clips, red carpet looks, award show stunts, anything that seemed just a little too weird or off. From bizarre performances to awkward interviews, some folks swear it's all part of the same blueprint. Tests designed to see how far celebs will go to stay in the game. And it's not just about the outfits. Katt also talked about how celebs are sometimes set up for public embarrassment, fumbled speeches, stage accidents, viral scandals that seem too perfectly timed. He says these aren't always just random slip-ups, but possible initiation tactics disguised as entertainment. Some fans even brought up how certain stars seem to fall off right after refusing to play along, while others shoot to fame right after participating in something that feels low-key humiliating. That's why when Shaboozey showed up at the Met Gala with that bold turquoise look, crop jacket, beads across his chest, giving uncomfortable energy, people didn't just see fashion, they saw a message. It's like Katt said, nothing you see is by accident. If that's true, than what's really going on behind the scenes. And then Katt took it all the way left, diving deep into the rabbit hole like he always does. He claimed that the strange outfits, public humiliation moments, messy controversies, and even the whispers about a so-called trans agenda are all tied to something darker, what he called B-fat worship among the elite circles of Hollywood. Now swinging it back to Shaboozey, his fans weren't having it. They quickly jumped to his defense, shutting down all that humiliation ritual talk. A lot of them pointed out that he was just sticking to the theme of this year's Met Gala, which was the Garden of Time, with an emphasis on sharp tailoring and black fashion history. One fan clapped back saying, "It's literally the Met Gala, and he's extremely on theme. He's showcasing a designer. What y'all want him to wear? A basic polo?" Someone else added, "Do y'all not know about dandyism? That's a real style. And black men invented that flair. Y'all reach it." But even with all that pushback, there's still a strong group riding with Katt Williams. They're convinced none of this stuff is random. One commenter said, "This screams humiliation ritual. Everybody judging him, tearing him down. That's the pattern." Another person dropped, "He chose to wear that, and the Met Gala is ritualistic. All symbols, all messages, souls up for grabs." So what's really going on here? Is this just fashion taken out of context? Or are celebs actually playing a deeper game most people don't even realize? Let me know what you think. Is Katt Williams just wilding out again? Or is he exposing something real? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Hit that like button, share this video, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next.